Good morning, everybody. Lovely to see you all again. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Jill and welcome to Miaou Crafts, the podcast. This is episode 12, I think. Every time I say this, I think, have I got this right? Have I got the number right? I can't remember. Fairly certain it's episode 12. It'll be on the screen anyway, so you'll know better than I do at this point. So, just thought I'd tell you a little bit about what I've been up to in the last week. Not a huge amount to show you, but some decision making I think has been going on as well. So a little bit. So yes, what have I got to show you today? I've got some knitting, and yeah, that's knitting, that's knitting, that's knitting, that's knitting. So it's all knitting this week, no crochet. And also I'm going to show you so a little bit of drawing that I've been doing, and I'm going to show you a blast from the past as well. So today, just to let you know, oh, if you can hear that noise, that's my cat scratching at the door. It's like, but if I let her in, then she'll just go straight out again. So we'll just have to put up with it, I'm afraid. She's so annoying. Anyway, what I'm wearing just now, this is my Gardengate sweater. I'll see if I can stand up a little bit and I can show you the rest of it. So as you can see, it's got a nice sort of fade going on. This, I made this with sheepies whirl, and I used a sheepies whirlette. For the creamy white colour, but the sheepies whirl is this thing that goes from the dark blue right the way through to this sort of paler at the bottom. So yes, I did it as a short sleeve, and it's lovely and it fits really nicely. I feel it's very flattering on my shape. So yes, I was quite pleased to be able to get it out again. It's been so cold and so miserable here in the UK. Yes, I'm based in Cambridgeshire in the UK, and we tend to have better weather than up north or in Scotland, for example, but still, it's been horrible here. It's just been wet, miserable, cold for ages. We can't believe it. We were just saying yesterday how this time last year, or at Easter anyway, last year, it was so hot that we all got sunburned, and it's currently 10 degrees, I think, out there, Celsius. So really good old British weather. Anyway, what shall I start with? Let's start with whichever project comes to hand first. So this, I think I showed you this before. I think I showed you before anyway. So this is the baby cardigan that I was working on, which I have finished, except that I need to do the sewing up and add the buttons. So the sleeves are still a bit, you know, I need to sew up the sleeves. Oh, that's right, yes, because I was saying how I wasn't super excited about the pattern, because it was, you started it bottom up and then you did the sleeves first, then did it bottom up, then added the sleeves in, and I was saying how it sort of pulls under here, because you've got when you get to this bit and you're going round here, and you've got so many stitches on the needle. Bear with me a minute. I'm just going to go and have a little word with my cat. Look, here's the little monkey in question. You can say hello, Lily. Say hello. She doesn't really like. She likes coming on laps and being held and stuff, but only when she wants to be. And at the moment, she just wants to know what's going on. Oh, for goodness sake! She's pushing my camera around. Stop it! No, you have to get down. There we go. No doubt I'll be up again in 2 minutes to let her out again, but anyway, we'll see. So, the baby cardigan. So yes, I finished it now. I still think there's quite a bit of stretching out under there, but I think once it's actually sewn up, it probably look okay, and I can put a couple of little stitches in that bit there. She's on the scratching post now. Right, So yes, I think it should be all right. I just need to find some nice little buttons to go on that one. I'm now doing, to go with this baby cardigan, I'm doing a hat, mitts and booties as well. So I'm on the hat at the moment. I've actually stopped in the middle of a row. Isn't that dreadful? Look, here we go. So this is the hat I'm on with at the moment. It looks huge. It looks really huge. It's meant to be from 0 to 6 months, but it looks massive. But I mean, I think once you sort of, yeah, no, it still looks massive. Anyway, my favourite project that I'm working on at the moment. Yeah, so that's that. It's just not very exciting, is it? But still, it'll be fine. Right, so what's the next thing I'm going to show you? Oh, I'll show you my scarf. I really want to look back through my past videos and see what I've done previously. Oh, before I show you my scarf, really disorganised today, I'm going to show you the baby cardigan that I started. So this one that I started, this yarn, I showed you this yarn last time, which is this. This is Summer by King Cole, and it's a really nice bamboo, and it's sort of a bit slubby, and it's got a lovely drape to it. Well, I started doing basically a baby surprise jacket in it, and I'm not that keen on it, to be honest. It's too drapey, and it just looks, the slubbiness of the stitching, it just makes it look a bit scruffy to me. Plus also with the when you're doing garter stitch and you're using a variegated yarn, I don't always like the way it comes out. It just looks a little bit messy. It's fine when it does this. I'm not so keen on it when it does that. So it's still on the needles, but I'm going to pull it back and I'm going to choose another pattern, and I'm going to choose some stockinette. Also, look, I mean, it's just so stretchy, and it just looks like it's going to be huge. And I do want to do something that can be worn fairly well straight away. I'm sorry, that's the cat on the scratching post again. So yeah, I think that was as far as I got last time when I showed you. And did I show you this one? I'm sorry. So no, it's coming out. It's coming out. Speaking of pulling things out, actually, I'm going to show you this other project. So I have showed you this before. This one I showed you when I did the I did a podcast about all the projects that I got sort of that were still ongoing, and I had decided that I was going to pull them all out and see whether or not I was going to continue with them, and this is one I decided to continue with. So this is the Ravello by Isabell Kraemer, which is this one, which is a really lovely sweater. I really like the design. I like the way the stripes go sort of round like that. And I was doing this as a rainbow sweater. So I'm using drops, mixture really. I've got drops Flora, which is the main part of the body. I've got drops Alpaca for some of the colours. And I've got drops Nord for some of the other colours. So decided I was going to continue with it, that I liked it. I had been in two minds because I hadn't used all the colours that I wanted to. Plus also I picked it up all a bit funny along here when I pulled it back. Anyway, the reason why I pulled it back was I'd made too small a size and I went up a size. So, you know, good, fine. Anyway, I decided to do a bit more on it the other day, so I got it out again so I could work a bit more on the arm. And I thought I'd just try it on just to see how long I want the arm to be, so how much more I need to do on it. Tried it on and it's too small. Well, it's not too small. It fits, but it fits quite slim. And I mean, how old am I now? I'm 51 now. I've always been like really slim until till just before the pandemic, I think, and then I think my metabolism caught up with me, and then combination of the pandemic and being very ill with COVID just meant that the weight piled on, and I'm not the shape I was before. Which is all fine, you know, but it means that I need to rethink how I actually dress myself. So I always used to wear quite fitting garments because my body shape was one that I was quite happy to have in fitted garments. now less so. I prefer this that's more sort of baggy, like the driftwood that I just finished as well. It's more baggy. So this, I think, because I've had this on the needles for years. I've had this started. I started this pre-COVID, and at the time I decided I was going to make it reasonably fitting, and now I've decided this is not a shape that I want to wear anymore. So yes, it fits, but there isn't enough negative ease in it. So what I've decided to do is pull it all back, because I know that if I finished it, I won't actually wear it, because I will put it on and I feel self-conscious, and I won't enjoy actually wearing it. So I made the really difficult decision. I'm going to pull it all back. Look how much I've done. I've done all of the body, and I've done most of one arm. And like I say, I've already pulled it back once. But, sorry, got itchy nose. But it does mean that I end up sorting this bit out, which has been bugging me, and I think it would bug me too much. Plus, also, I can put in the extra colour that I missed, or colours. I can't remember whether it's one or two colours that I missed. I think there's an extra sort of purpley one that I had to go in there. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm fairly certain there were 9 colours that I had to make this sort of rainbow. And you know, I keep going on about how much I love rainbow and grey, and you know, there's no point in me making something that I'm not actually going to wear. And it's lovely yarn. It's so lovely. It's really soft. It's really nice next to my skin. So yeah, so I'm just trying to talk myself into it now, aren't I? Yeah, so that's coming off. So I've got a fair bit of unravelling to do in my future. But I shall, you know, I shall stretch it all out and reskein it, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Tell me it'll be fine. It will be fine, won't it? Oh dear. This bag, by the way, I made years ago, and it's I think I can't remember whether I made the pattern up actually. I think I probably did. And it was just with some cheap yarn I found in one of these bargain yarn shops. I just really like it. So it's just a really handy little bag. I made the handles are made of garter stitch, and it's garter stitch held this way, and I've very firmly sewed up the join in the handles, and it just means that they don't stretch that way. And then it's got this sort of garter stitch top, and then the inside, oops, is some lovely cat fabric. So yes, that's that. Right, onto a bit more of a happy project. These have all been a bit, I've moaned about all the ones I've shown you so far. It is a bit miserable, doesn't it? Anyway, this one I'm really happy with. This is my Fairisle scarf that I was doing with all my bits that I'm using up. So this is the book that I'm working from, 200 Fairisle Designs, and that's by Mary Jane Mucklestone. And she is, well, as far as I'm concerned, she is the bee's knees when it comes to Fairisle design. So you know, great, you know, do have a look at this book, because it's really, really lovely. So I'll just hold it up now. There we go. You never know, that might make a fun thumbnail. Right, so anyway, I had decided that basically what I was going to do was just do an extra sort of one of these sort of bands. I'd do one a week or something, and then, you know, maybe a couple some weeks, and so by the end of the year I might have a nice scarf. Well, I got carried away this week, didn't I? Because I have done 1, 2, I've only done 3 actually, to be fair. I thought I'd done more than that, but look, I'm really pleased with the way this is working up. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a larger one followed by a smaller one. So a larger one, smaller one. Oh, and then I went medium, just to go rogue. And then I've just finished this one. I just need to do a bit more of this grey now to sort of go up the edge. But I'm so pleased with the way that's working out. Just really, really lovely. It's such fun choosing all the colours. You know, just seriously, she wants to go out again now. She'll just have to wait a minute. We'll just have to put up with the scrabbling for a minute till I finish this bit anyway. Okay, so yeah, these colours, I think they were too close. They were too close in colour, which is a bit of a shame. And also, what I should have done, learn as you go along, is that there is a technique to make sure that your contrast is sufficient to show up all the different colours. And what you do, Lily, yeah, come on, come and sit here, come and say hello. No, come on. No, she's not going to join me, she's just going to complain. Anyway, what you should do is, if you're not sure whether your colours are going to work well together, is take a black and white photograph of them, and that will show whether or not the contrast is sufficient. So I didn't do this, obviously. And the contrast isn't sufficient here, so these blues are too close to this grey in terms of a tonal colour, and it's not showing up very well. It's actually a very pretty, like a little heart design, and yeah, it is actually really nice, but you can't really see it very well against this grey. So obviously with these ones, I then, you know, I have done something a little bit more contrasty, and then you can just see more easily. So I'm getting the hang of it a bit better now, but it's great fun. It really is. I think I cast on 120 stitches, so it's 60 stitches each side. And so of course the advantage of that means that then all these ends, I can just tie them off. And I don't need to do any sewing in, which is fantastic. However, I'm very pleased with my floats. I think I showed you this last time, didn't I? Look, how nice is that? So this is really good practice actually for that. It's a while since I've done any kind of Fairisle technique. So this one I made about 5 years ago, I think. Yeah, no, not that long ago, maybe 4 years ago. So yes, it's a while since I've done any, so I'm really enjoying getting back into it. Right, before I show you the next thing, I'm going to let this cat out. Bear with me a second. Right, let her out now. Oh dear. What tea have I got this morning? I have got Twinings Detox. It's actually really nice. It's got sort of lemon and ginger and various other things in as well. It's really nice. I do like my herbal tea. I got into drinking it a few years ago, and now I find if I have any ordinary tea that has caffeine in, I can really tell. I'm like, oh. So I just tend to stick now to my herbal teas, or as my friends call it, funny tea. So they said, do you want something to drink? Yes, I'll have a funny tea, please. Whatever you've got, usually, it's fine. Right, so what should I show you next? I'm going to show you my blast from the past. So this is a sweater that I made. Now let me think, this must be about 7 years old, I think. So I did make it quite ago. And on the topic of things not fitting anymore, it's a bit too tight for me to wear anymore. So I've put it away, but I'm not going to get rid of it because it was an awful lot of work, and you never know, I may be the right size to fit in it again at some point in the future. It's just been one of those episodes, isn't it, where I keep talking about my weight. Anyway, so this is the jumper. You can see the similarities between this actually and the Gardengate. I love this sort of design where it sort of was up. I've never actually held them up together before. So this one is the Winter Fantasy Jacket by Drops Design. Only I did this as a sweater, and I use Cowney effect yarn, which was hugely popular back when I did it, and it's that sort of rainbow yarn that has the long sort of rainbow change. So I did the sort of red and the orange for the sleeves, and then I did sort of yellow going into green for the bottom, and I did a rolled hem, which I think in retrospect I wouldn't have done a rolled hem. I don't think it actually looks rightish. I should have had a ribbed hem, but still. never mind. So I did the rolled hem, and then coming up here, and then we come into the greens, the blues, and then the purples, and the purple of course contrasts quite nicely with the body of the sweater, which I did in sock yarn, and I can't for the life of me remember which sock yarn I used, but it was probably Opal or something like that. I think it was a, you know, a big brand one, and I got lots and lots of 50-gram balls of that, so and did that. So yeah, really lovely sweater. This was my first go at colour work, so it was I'll just show you the inside, because everybody likes to see the inside, don't they, when you do colour work? It's like, so yeah, it wasn't a bad, not a bad attempt, I felt, at my first go with it. County is quite, the effect gun was quite, I say not rough, but it's not a soft, super soft yarn. So I found that I always needed to wear it with a collar underneath, just because otherwise it was quite scratchy around my neck. Hang on, which way around am I showing you? There we go. Show it the right way around. Why not? Doesn't really make a difference. So yeah, it's a really lovely sweater. I always got loads and loads of compliments on it. I really love the colour gradations. I like the way, you know, that all the colours worked. This is how I planned it, and it worked out just as I planned it. So I was very happy. I was very happy with that. And it has had a lot of wear over the years, and as you can see, it's not pilled at all. It's you know, it's really nice. So yeah, I hope that at some point in the future I can wear this again. I'm just picking off loads of fluff off it. I don't know where the fluff's come from. It's a bit creased because it's sort of in the bottom of my sweater pile at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to put it away and hope that at some point I can wear it again. So there you go. That's my blast from the past. If I remember rightly, the pattern is a really lovely one. I do like drops patterns. I enjoy knitting them. And there's lots and lots, if you look on Ravelry, there's lots and lots of helpful notes on what people have done. Like I say, this was a cardigan, and I've just turned it into a sweater, but lots of people had done it before, so there were lots of sort of advice on what to do. So there we go, that's that one. So I think I don't have anything else to show you. I'm just looking at my notes. I don't have any other knitting to show you, and I haven't finished my laptop bag either. I had it in my mind that I was going to finish my laptop bag and do the podcast and show you it, and then I thought, it got to Monday morning and I just thought, no, I am going to I'm just going to get on with it, you know. So yes, laptop bag next week hopefully. But just the last thing I thought I'd show you is something that I've been doing. It's kind of like a mindfulness exercise, and it's something which I think is really, it really helps me anyway. Sometimes it's just putting pen to paper, I think, can be a really nice thing to do. And it's not about being artistic, because I'm not particularly artistic. I love drawing, but I'm not that great at it. So I thought I would just show you some of the things that I do. And what I do in this book is I create mandalas, and these are not the typical mandalas that you would see that have these sort of, similar to this, these sort of intricate patterns on, although sometimes I do them like that. But it's more about, you have a circle and then you just put in it whatever you feel like, and it can be completely abstract, or you could draw shapes, or you could actually draw real things if you want, but it's just, you put it in the circle, and the circle is just what sort of contains it. So let me see, what can I show you. And so usually then what I do is I put at the top how I was feeling at the time when I created it. So that's a really simple one. And then I just did, you see that one, it's a bit more energy, you can see in the sort of style of it as well. And then also sometimes I use watercolors. So that one, of course, I was sort of coming out of the out of the shape. And you know, sometimes they get a bit more intricate. That was a day of achievements. And then sometimes I just let my pen run away with you know, whatever shapes it wants to make. And this one is sort of I just felt like I wanted to draw sort of circles, and I just followed my pen round and then sort of added different colours in, and so on. And then so sometimes it can be to do with what I was reading. So I've been studying Jung. Jung, of course, I say of course, like everybody knows, Jung was a person who used mandalas a lot in his work, and that was where I got the idea from. And so, you know, I sort of created mandalas sort of based on what I was reading about him. Then this one I did with Sharpies, and I put a piece of card under it, and I really love this one because it goes all the way through to the next page. So it's really rather lovely effect. And then I'll just show you an intricate, I'm not going to show them all. Anyway, this is an intricate one that I did. So this was Valentine's Day. I did lots and lots of little sort of details in that one. Had a lot of fun with that one. So yeah, I mean, it's I'll just, oh yeah, look, I did that one the other day as well. See, sometimes they can be really, really simple. It was like that point, I really felt like I wanted to put something down on paper, but I was so tired. I didn't really have the stamina to be able to do something that was really intricate or took a long time. So I just went, and I find I feel better for doing them. Actually, I find them really sort of helpful in sort of working out how I feel. Sometimes I just put pen to paper and I'm not sure, and then the words come to me afterwards where I sort of think, yeah, that reflects the fact that I'm feeling very X or whatever. Just something to think about anyway. This book is a beautiful book that I picked up from Paper Chase. Only my flipping cats have discovered that it's really good for scratching their claws on. Look what they've done. I discovered last night as I came in, I found one of the cats going on my book. I was most annoyed. So, but yes, this beautiful book from Paper Chase, which actually I picked up in a charity shop for £1, I think, and it was, I'm sure it was a lot more than that originally. Yeah, so I think that's it for this week. So not a lot of stuff on the needles, a lot of stuff coming off the needles. I'm getting rewound, and hopefully I will have you a bit more progress to show you next time I'm back. A little bit more on my scarf. I'm going to think about what baby jacket I want to do. As I said, for my try that one again. So the baby surprise jacket that I was knitting in the summer yarn by King Cole, that one is that's coming off the needles, and I'm going to re-ball that up, and I think I'm actually just going to go with a different yarn. I think I'm going to keep that for something else. I might keep that for socks, actually. I'm not sure. Anyway, I have in mind, I've got a little design in mind that I want to do for a little baby cardigan for her. So I just need to graph that up and see if I can get that sorted. So hopefully I'll have that to show you next time I'm here as well. So yeah, well, here's hoping that the nice weather continues. We can all get out in our gardens a bit more and have a bit more sun. It's been non-stop rain for the last how long, I don't know. So just to say then, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my new subscribers and returning people. It is so lovely to see you all and see you all joining my lovely little community. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.